record-breaking first voyage made the name SS United States world news. Since then, the ship has carried close to 1 million passengers. But those who haven't had the unforgettable experience of glamorous fun and superb service on a trip aboard the United States may wonder what it's like. Preparations for an Atlantic crossing begin days before the first passenger arrives at the pier. Baggage, which has been sent ahead, is loaded. Hundreds of trunks are put aboard, along with thousands of suitcases. Some of it goes directly to staterooms, but baggage that won't be needed during the ocean voyage is stored in holds 9 stories deep. An average of 8,000 sacks of U.S. mail are taken on, as well as a storehouse of fresh food for the 2,000 passengers and 1,000 crew members. For travelers who prefer to drive their own cars in Europe, there's space for 43 of them below decks. During the brief 2 or 3 days between the ship's arrival in New York and her departure for Europe, loading goes on almost round the clock. "250 porters and longshoremen see that the operation runs smoothly and that every item gets to the right place aboard. The ship is serviced between sailings. 60 painters do the entire hull in 48 hours. More than 100,000 gallons of paint a year are used. Meanwhile, a special shore crew cleans the vessel from stem to stern. The United States is proud of its well-trained, eager-to-please crew. At 8 a.m. on the morning of sailing, in final preparation for the arrival of passengers, the ship's staff of stewards lines up for inspection by the chief steward. There are 786 in this department alone, including room stewards and stewardesses, waiters, cooks, bartenders, porters, pool and playroom attendants, bellboys, and dishwashers. They carry on a proud American tradition of efficient and friendly service. By 10 a.m., the United States Line Pier at the foot of 46th Street is filled with arriving passengers, and the air is full of the gay excitement of departure day. Of the 3 classes aboard, first, cabin, and tourist, the last is definitely most popular among young travelers who look forward to a long weekend of continuous fun. A young married couple might prefer the slightly more lavish cabin class. The bags they bring with them to the pier go to the baggage counter to be checked in quickly. No worry about excess baggage because they're allowed all the suitcases they can carry, plus 25 cubic feet of trunks per person. Everything that wasn't sent ahead is loaded swiftly and efficiently. It's the small extras that are good omens of an enjoyable trip. For example, the kennel master, specially trained for his job, is there to take care of canine passengers in grand style. Those who demand unsurpassed luxury and service travel in first class, where their reservations assure them of a trip amid lavish elegance. They're caught up in this atmosphere from the moment of check-in at the uncrowded ticket booth. Cooperative and friendly passenger agents check passports and confirm tickets without delay. The couple could have booked passage through a travel agent or directly in one of the United States Line's 152 passenger offices and agencies located in key cities of every continent. An officer, one of the pursers, gives them berthing cards and copies of the passenger list, which includes names of the many fascinating people to be met aboard. They know that they're setting out on an adventure when they approach the gangway. If the ship's photographer captures their smiles at that point, it'll be only the first happy photograph of many. The dog will probably feel he's never had it so good. For one thing, the United States is air-conditioned throughout, from kennel to engine room, and for another, even a dog can look forward to his own kind of first-class accommodations, cuisine, and service. The young couple in cabin class have found their spacious, beautifully furnished room and a friend's Bon Voyage gift, one of many distributed to some of the 694 passenger cabins aboard. Then they check on their private bathroom, phone, porthole, and comfortable beds. The most memorable occasion on any sailing day, however, are the Bon Voyage parties that seem to spring up spontaneously all over the ship. In tourist class, there's a big get-together of friends who just met each other, and when this girl can open the champagne, it'll flow like water. Visitors who aren't making the trip begin to regret the moment when they'll have to go ashore, especially the ones who've had a hard time getting enough or even something to drink before departure. With the signal of departure comes a sudden change of mood. The vessel is not moved, but the passenger already is part of a new world, as if he were miles away from the old. When the last gangway is swung away from the ship and the last line is cast off, the United States becomes an island unto herself. The world's fastest ship starting on her 4.5-day voyage to Europe. It's as though some great New York hotel had broken away from Manhattan and is moving out to sea. If you've ever seen friends off on an ocean voyage, you'll know the excitement and nostalgia of such a party as, amid cold farewells, the great ship heads for the gates of the harbor. When she's clear of New York Harbor, the United States responds to the commands of veteran deck officers. One of these experienced men signals full ahead as down in the spotless engine room, powerful steam turbines drive the ship to cruising speed, over 30 knots. To her passengers, she's not a machine, but a grand hotel. Some start the day at sea with breakfast in their staterooms, served by an always attentive cabin steward. And what a meal it is. There are 142 items on the breakfast menu alone. The man who's on a business trip is taking his wife along, and for her, it's the start of a glorious vacation. A luxury hotel afloat. Perhaps a better description of the United States would be a city afloat, with its own morning newspaper published in the ship's print shop, which also turns out menus, wine lists, and so on. The schedule of religious services for all denominations is printed daily. The wide decks serve as playing fields for early risers who want to begin an active day. The kids are out first, of course, but soon many others have joined them. The sea air is irresistible.